The lethargy of comfort. Hear this truth. Motivation is the most dangerous lie you tell yourself when you are unwilling to build a system. It is a sugar rush, a dopamine spike that gives you 48 hours of false hope before vanishing completely. Your body is biologically hardwired to seek the path of least resistance. That path, my friends, leads directly to mediocrity. It leads to the graveyard of potential. Your greatest enemy is not the market, not your boss, not your circumstances. Your enemy is the soft voice in your own head that constantly negotiates with your future self for temporary relief. This voice offers immediate comfort in exchange for long-term shame. Stop being a talker. Stop chasing the fleeting feeling. Feelings are temporary. Excuses are toxic. We are not interested in the hype. We are interested in the harvest. You are not a victim of circumstance. You're a victim of an inconsistent effort. This is the truth that separates the talkers from the doers. The talker says, "I don't feel like it." The doer says, "The system demands it." And in this space, in this silence between the thought and the action, the only thing that matters is the architecture of will. The architecture of will. You don't need inspiration, you need a system. Discipline is not a feeling. It is the non-negotiable action you take when motivation is completely absent. But action must be strategic. You must eliminate the chaos of choice. You must define the parameters of your fight. You cannot manage what you do not measure. This is the core truth of the blueprint. The blueprint is the structural foundation for the life you claim you want to live. We reject the soft advice of generalized self-help. We build frameworks. We replace hope with data. We replace emotion with an iron-clad routine. Your life must become non-negotiable. Success is not luck. Success is the inevitable, mathematical result of brutal honesty and structured, continuous effort. This is the difference. The amateur relies on the high of the start. The professional relies on the structure of the daily process. The blueprint is the mechanism that allows you to default to execution. It eliminates decision fatigue. It gives your mind the clarity to move, not to question. If the framework is broken, the discipline will fail. Your first act of discipline must be to build the framework. The value of suffering. Hear this. Pain is mandatory. Misery is optional. You will suffer on the path to growth. You will face discomfort, self-doubt, and the burning desire to quit. Your goal is not to avoid the suffering, but to be worthy of it. You must internalize the truth that pain is simply data. It is feedback that you are pushing against a limit. When the pain hits, your primitive mind defaults to fight or flight, to panic and survival. That is not rational thought. It is the negotiation of the weak. This leads us to the 1-second rule. In that 1 second where you think about quitting, where the pain takes over and clarity vanishes, you must learn to process the information, not react to the pain. You must perform a mental audit. Project yourself forward. Ask the brutal question. What is the cost of quitting right now? What is the tax you will pay later? The payment is shame, guilt, and long-term regret. You are currently experiencing temporary physical or mental discomfort. If you quit, you trade that temporary discomfort for permanent failure. Pay the price now to avoid paying with regret for the rest of your life. Be worthy of the suffering you are enduring. Do not let the discomfort be in vain. The pursuit is greater than the prize. Stop chasing the trophy. Stop chasing the finish line. The moment you are focused solely on the prize, you become vulnerable to the pain of the pursuit. You are chasing the wrong validation. The external prize is temporary. The feeling of winning is fleeting. The pursuit is all that matters. The discipline, the integrity, the ruthless execution of your plan, the person you become while executing the plan, that is the permanent reward. The ego is a liar. Your ego wants the social credit. Your ego wants to be seen as the expert, the winner, the celebrated one. But your discipline demands you simply be the worker. The real work happens when the cameras are off. The real progress is built in the silence. Stop seeking external validation. Stop using other people as your scoreboard. Focus only on the internal scoreboard. Be the person who does the work when no one is watching. Results silence the critics. The pursuit of your goals builds your character. The achievement of your goals merely proves your character. The truth is in the execution. Your mind is constantly seeking the path of least resistance. Chaos is the enemy. You don't fight a war without armor. The blueprint is your strategic armor. It is the layer of protection that eliminates decision fatigue and enforces accountability. It forces you to document the non-negotiable actions that must be taken today. If you have the plan, you must execute. You have the knowledge. You have the choice. You have heard the truth. The architecture of your will is waiting to be built. Stop listening to this. Stop thinking about this. Start doing the work. Close the loop. Get the system. Eliminate the excuses. Start execution.